This is a topic I already spoke about in a video in the past. That video was unscripted and a bit disorganized. I did notice, however, that it resonated with a lot of people, so I thought it was time to revisit the subject, this time in a more organized and structured manner. I decided to do this especially after watching a very long video by Az from Heelsvsbabyface, a video in which he tells his Warcraft story. This seems to be a trend that Nixiom started, telling your Warcraft story, how and when you started playing, etc. Anyway, Az's video was very intense in some parts. He spoke about very personal issues that got him into the game, and his initial drive was clear escapism. Because he was dealing with massive personal issues, World of Warcraft was his break from reality, a place where nothing could touch him. In my previous video, I was very blunt about my biggest personal issue, anxiety, and how World of Warcraft served and still serves as a form of escapism when I'm going through tougher times. I live a life of uncertainty, and every now and then I let depression get the best of me, and that's usually when I'm most invested in the game. I can always tell, if I'm playing too much, it's because something is not right. And let me clarify a common misconception about anxiety. Anxiety is not a mental illness. Anxiety is merely a symptom of depression. It's a psychosomatic reaction to depression. Usually people who suffer from anxiety suffer because they try to reject depression as much as possible. Rejecting depression is the worst thing you can do. Depression is part of life. What we need to do is learn how to deal with it when it comes knocking every now and then. What am I doing when I'm playing Warcraft for hours and hours and hours? I'm not dealing with reality. I'm not facing my depression and its roots. I'm not finding solutions. I'm escaping to a place where no questions are asked and time whisks away in a flash, and before I know it, I fall on the bed sleeping, and another day has gone by that I didn't have to deal with anything. It can be a trap, a never-ending cycle that never ever ends well, because reality will always prevail. There is a middle ground here. The escapism is a necessity sometimes, much like when you take a pill for a headache. No harm there, as long as you don't take a pill all the time and ignore the fact that you're having headaches a little too often. Maybe it's time to see a doctor if that's happening. Just like therapy is a great solution for people who are immersed in an addiction to avoid reality. It's important to understand that it's not the game that's addictive. It's the player that has an addictive personality. Escapism can take many shapes and forms. Gaming is just one of them. The problem is always the person, not the means of escapism. Is escapism always bad? I don't think so. In the case of Az, it was absolutely necessary. It made all the difference in the world the fact that he found this game. And just like Az, there are millions of people using World of Warcraft to escape for a few hours each day. There is no harm in taking a painkiller once in a while. The problem is when you ignore the illness and only treat the symptoms. There is a balance to be found. These days, I feel confident that I can tackle my own issues, and World of Warcraft certainly helps me, but I never forget to deal with my life outside the game. What about you? Do you find yourself escaping in World of Warcraft? Has this game helped you or anyone you know? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video interesting, and if so, remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Talk to you soon.